The year is 2017 and you're a subscriber to the YouTuber known as Bay Area Bugs. You see the DOJ episode has been uploaded. You stop what you're doing and you watch. Let's fast forward to March 17, 2018. Bay Area Bugs uploaded a video titled GTA 5 Roleplay DOJ 416 Criminal Activity Part 2. You once again stop what you're doing and watch the video. Little did you know that this would be the last DOJ episode you would see from him ever. For years, fans have been speculating what exactly happened between Bugs, Polecat, and Jeff Favignano. Why did they leave DOJ? Today, we're going to be deep diving to finally try and solve the mystery of why Bay Area Bugs and Jeff Favignano left DOJ. Before we dive into the main discussion of this video, let me give you a backstory. Bay Area Bugs and Polecat324 are YouTubers who started off making GTA 4 LCPDFR videos. Eventually, they discovered each other's content and became friends in 2014. Polecat had a community called DOJ that was founded in 2013. They roleplayed on GTA 4. On August 3rd, 2014, Polecat and Bugs would make their first video together. It was a GTA 5 online video. During this time period in which they started gaming together, the group called Code Zero Gaming was formed, which included the likes of Bugs, Polecat324, and Jeff Favignano, who was a longtime friend of Bugs. GTA 5 was later released for PC along with 5M, which was a client that lets you create your own roleplay server. Polecat324 carried the DOJ roleplay community he had and brought it to GTA 5. On October 28, 2016, Bugs uploaded the first ever DOJ video to his channel. From there, he would continue the series, uploading it daily. This would eventually go viral, averaging hundreds of thousands, even millions of views each episode. In my opinion, the greatest GTA 5 roleplay series on YouTube, and it's not even close. These videos just don't age. If you look at the comments on majority of the old videos, it will have comments like 2022. So good to come back to these old videos. Good to know I'm not the only one that still likes watching these old videos. Who is watching this in 2022? 2022 here. I can't believe it's been 5 years since this vid was posted, lol. Man, the nostalgia that the opening song brings me back to the good old days. But one comment that caught my attention was this one that said, "Whatever happened between the three of them?" And I realized he wasn't the only one wondering what happened between them. It seems as though people are very curious as to what happened with them, so I did a little investigating myself. A YouTuber by the name of Tiger Risk uploaded a video titled, "Why Bugs and Jeff Left DOJ RP?" Explanation. In the video, he stated, "This is my non-fanboy comment. I know Jeff and Bugs are super close friends, and Bugs and Polecat are as well. My honest take, Polecat has something going on. A few months back, when high-ranking members were leaving like crazy, it felt like those people were quietly throwing shade at Polecat. I felt like his true form came out. He was being a combative F on Twitter to anyone who even as much dared to criticize the way he was running his clan. More so than that, Fire Kitten has said that she had to delete stuff before because of surprise meetings, or Polecat flipping out, and stuff like that. BX Rich had a video a few months back that he had up for a bit and then took down. Reason being, Polecat was chewing some people the F out over nothing. I mean, honestly, if you look at it from afar, I don't know what's up with Polecat. I feel like ever since DOJ started gaining tons of steam last year, he got a god complex. Now to the next part. Jeff has always been the type to do it by the rules and keep things legit. I feel like he was experiencing too much fail RP for his taste and wanted to take a break. Jeff has always said that his channel wouldn't be dependent on DOJ as he posts and does lots of different content. All in all, I feel like he's just taking a break from it. Before anyone jumps on me too, I'm not bashing Polecat, I'm really not. But I do feel like he should look in the mirror sometimes when it comes to his community. Take this for what you will. I've watched them all since they had about 1,000 subs a piece way back when. I'm happy they're successful too. I just wish Polecat would change a bit. So what I'm getting from this is that fans are speculating that Polecat324 got controlling with the way he ran DOJ after it became so famous. He stated that high-ranking members left, which is true. A member by the name of Mr. W left and uploaded a video titled "Why I Left DOJ, My Story." In this video, he stated that he was asked to step down due to him not having the time to play anymore, which is understandable. But what he said next played into what fans were saying about Polecat.
You know, sometimes I was a little sarcastic, and that kind of brushed people the wrong way. You know, people didn't like the sarcasm. They wanted to be serious all the time, and it wasn't about fun. It was about, you know, just trying to be in control. And that's not what I was there for. I wasn't there to micromanage people and make them do things a certain way because someone else wanted it to be done that way. It didn't make sense, and I didn't agree with a lot of policies that came out in DOJ as a whole. You know, I don't have any specifics to mention on this, but it's something that really bothered me over the years.
As you heard, he said it wasn't about fun, it was about control. Another thing that he never stated was who he was actually talking about. He just said quote-unquote people, which could very well be referencing Polecat. Another longtime member of the community, Adam Stain, uploaded a video titled What Happened to DOJ. He explained his departure from the community. In the video, he stated this.
See, you know, with a community of 500 members, not everyone's gonna, you know, get along with each other. In my opinion, that's, you know, that would be deemed normal, that not everyone is gonna love each other. So one of the members I had an issue with was my superior at the time, and sheriff. I was in the sheriff's department, and since he was my superior, the issue that I had with him was that I found footage of him showing off bad personality, bad behavior that would not, you know, deem him fit to be in the position that he was in and the position that he was going to get. So I strongly believe that what I was doing would be a improvement for the community, making sure that he would not see to become this high of position, which he already actually pretty much had. So with that footage, I went to one of the administrators. I tried to explain the situation as best as I could.
One of the comments hit the nail on the head, stating, whenever former DOJ members talk about why they left, they don't like to say names, but it's always pretty obvious who they're talking about. This goes back to what I said earlier about one member just referencing it as quote-unquote people. More and more videos would eventually come out of former DOJ members talking about Polecat324. After Bugs left DOJ, he would join a new roleplay server created by Jeff Favignano and DK Dave called OCRP. Of course, Polecat was not a part of the server. After a couple weeks, Bugs would stop uploading GTA 5 roleplay videos altogether, and he started uploading less frequently. Eventually, he would go dark and leave YouTube for quite some time. He later released a vlog titled Where Have I Been in July of 2019. He explained that he left YouTube because he moved and personal problems got in the way, but he didn't address the elephant in the room of why he left DOJ, which left fans even more confused. Eventually, Jeff would break his silence, posting a community thread. He said, "I truly do appreciate everyone supporting the recent content. I do want to be crystal clear that I will not make content with Polecat ever again. I appreciate the enthusiasm and I get how epic it would be for some of you longtime viewers. It's just not in the cards. We move on and we continue to do our thing. We were doing this long before he joined our group and we will be just fine without him. Love you all." This clearly is a sign that Polecat and Jeff aren't on good terms. One user took to Reddit stating, "This is my take on it. Although some statements may differ, Polecat was being abusive of his power / aggressive towards people in DOJ, so they started leaving. And anyone who criticized Polecat of how he runs DOJ would get attacked by him on Twitter and such. And eventually, Jeff left DOJ due to the tension between them, which was already present due to the fact that Jeff allegedly stated that he doesn't like Polecat prior to that. And after Jeff created OCRP, the DOJ staff started forcing people to leave OCRP if they wanted to stay in DOJ, due to their one roleplay server rule, which caused Jeff to make statements about how he lost all respect for DOJ staff / admin, even though he said he hadn't talked to Polecat in months at that time. But it was clear that he had bad blood with Polecat and him mistreating not only the DOJ community but OCRP. So basically, Polecat was power tripping and being rude, which caused everyone to leave / split up. Although most of this was alleged due to the fact that it all took place behind closed doors, this being why there is no concrete story as to what actually happened or a timeline of when each event unfolded. And I'm sure there's more to the story which I didn't cover. This once again states that Polecat was power tripping. Almost everyone, even the former DOJ members themselves, made this statement, which at this point can be believable. In some videos during roleplay, Polecat would break character to take control of a situation. One example could be seen in this scenario when he had to tell an officer to act down when he crashed into him.
"Who's the motherfucker in the sheriff car? You better act like you're dead too, because I hit you at over like 100 miles per hour. You have parts of like bikes in your mouth right now. There's no way you're holding a gun. Play that shit."
10-4. 77 UT.
I'm waiting for him to just flop.
Another example is when during a prison escape episode, when he was seen by the police at the airport, he ran into the hangar and went invisible when he was spotted. Now, I get the cops could have been cheating in this situation, but there have been multiple occasions of him doing this. And you could tell Bugs didn't really agree when he would do things like this.
Yes, someone is coming in that gate. I think he saw me.
It looks they might have seen you. Yeah, they saw you.
Alright, well, guess what? I made it, and they didn't. That's bullshit to me, so guess what? Guess who just went invisible? Because that's bullshit.
Okay, you blew mine and the cop's mind. We both turned the corner to see where you went,
I
and you were
actually
gone.
went.
It was like,
no, I know.
okay.
I ran down to the corner and went behind that luggage thing. I actually ran down there, and then I went invisible. So I actually made it to a hidden location. But for them to be at the spot that I'm going to makes no sense. Like,
I don't know.
There's the whole map, so that's kind of busty to me.
Bugs would follow up on New Year's Day in 2020 with a long paragraph of his current situation with YouTube. In this statement, he actually mentions Polecat. I'm gonna make this short and sweet because I don't want to read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read to the highlighted parts. He said, "While I'm here making an update post, I think it's important to cover something I've been seeing about me taking a break from YouTube and why that's happened. I'll say here, I know people love drama, but my break was my own decision. I'd been dealing with mental fatigue and stress throughout my personal life outside of YouTube, and I needed that time and space to bring my mental health back to a place where it needed to be. I've seen people saying it's because Jeff or Alex or even Polecat, and I'll say this isn't true at all. They played no part in me leaving and needing time away, so please do not harass them. Yes, it is true that they left Code Zero. The honest truth about Code Zero was it was a group of us that started it years ago, and after people left and joined, we felt like we should keep it going. We weren't sure what exactly we wanted to do with Code Zero, and over time, we realized that it isn't what we wanted to be, and the pressure of who's in and who isn't in Code Zero was unnecessary. Code Zero was a great time in my YouTube career, but I think it's time to move on. Now, that doesn't mean I won't be making content with previous Code Zero members. It means now we can all make content with others and each other without the question of who is or who isn't in Code Zero. What is interesting is when he said the pressure of who is and who isn't in Code Zero was unnecessary. What that tells me is that during the fallout with Polecat, there might have been an agreement to kick him from the group. Bugs would eventually make his longer-awaited return to YouTube on April 17, 2021. Of course, there would be no sign of a Polecat reunion, but one thing that was really strange is when a user tweeted to Polecat asking if he planned to reunite with Bugs in DOJ or 5PD, and he replied to his tweet simply saying, "Yes sir," which tells me that Polecat either tried reaching out to Bugs or he said this to quiet down all the people who were asking constantly about what happened because this obviously never happened. I find it interesting that Bugs would still like some of Polecat's photos on Instagram as if nothing happened. What's even more ironic is that around the same time period of late 2019, Jeff uploaded a video titled "Leaving Code Zero Behind," where he actually spoke on the situation itself. One major thing that Jeff said in this video really got me thinking was this.
I've said it so many times, but you can't force people to be friends with you, and you can't force people to be around to record. It's just never been that way. And when we used to all be around and we're on the same page about recording videos and stuff,
and I think
that sort of went away. Yeah, I had my qualms with issues, but we can't say we didn't have a fight to the end. And what I mean by that is, wow, did we really try here in 2019 to get Code Zero members together to try to get something going. And it just never happened.
I think he's obviously talking about trying to get Polecat to coincide and maybe try to get him back in Code Zero, but that theory was debunked when Jeff would reply to a comment about Polecat saying, "That dude hasn't been in our group for nearly 2 years now. That has nothing to do with this. It's on them to inform people." So this might have been directed towards Bugs, because at the time he was still gone from YouTube. This one Reddit post titled, "The Post That Explains Everything," touches on the Polecat issue saying, "We're not going to go in depth with it as there is a lot to it. And this has been addressed numerous times by Jeff, but as far as we are all concerned, no more DOJ and no more Polecat stuff goes here." Jeff clearly said both here and on Twitter that he doesn't want to be associated with him because of what he's done. That's it. We can all agree it's time to move on from this. It seems as though Jeff and Polecat had a huge falling out, so the rumors of Polecat flipping out on members leading to them leaving is definitely becoming more and more true. Another rumor is that Polecat made a rule that didn't allow DOJ players to be in other RP servers. One Reddit user addressed these allegations. If I am correct, I think Polecat did something that split the group. Maybe that DOJ no longer allowed people to be in other RPs, like that split him from the rest. He continued with DOJ, the others did their own thing. Bugs took a break and Jeff started OCRP. Some joined and some did not. There were tweets about Polecat joining 5PD, also tweets from Jeff that he would never do something again with people of DOJ, including Polecat. But it's now about 2 to 3 years ago, and I don't know if my timeline/thoughts are correct, that's just what I think. In the end, I think they will not make videos with Polecat again. They will be a group and Polecat has his group. Maybe it was a case of Polecat trying to control what GTA 5 content Jeff and Bugs uploaded. There's also allegations on Polecat for doing something with a minor in the DOJ server. These allegations started a couple years ago, but have now just recently resurfaced. Polecat has allegedly left DOJ after more allegations have come to the forefront. In a Google document, evidence of this was revealed. I'm not going to be going over these documents because this is not my place to do so. So if you're curious, search them for yourself. If these allegations are true, this is just not acceptable by any means, and I do not condone this behavior whatsoever. Screenshots of Polecat on Discord shows that Polecat did in fact step down as director of DOJ, stating, "At everyone, I appreciate everyone for making this community what it was for so many years. To allow this community the room it needs to keep growing, I will be stepping down from my position as director. I will be appointing Matt O as the new leadership of the community, DOJ RP. I know Matt has what it takes to be there for this community and its members in the capacity it needs. Thank you again for all the many years of hard work and great memories." If he wasn't guilty, I don't think he would step down, so things aren't looking good for him. So maybe after Jeff and Bugs found out about all this, they cut ties with him, which would be totally understandable. I would have cut ties with someone if I found out this disgusting information about them as well. Whether it was Polecat's rules in DOJ being controlling and flipping out on members of the community, or allegations that came out on him, we all miss them playing together. One thing we do have though is the endless classic videos they made together. The DOJ videos from the past haven't aged at all, giving them timeless replay value. Bugs and Jeff still roleplay in OCRP, so if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. While I don't know the situation, I'm gonna say that the breakup simply happened from the allegations. This is my opinion on it, so take it with a grain of salt. There's no way 3 grown men simply ended a great friendship over video game rules. This is deeper than we think. These allegations are currently really serious. The evidence that was shown on Polecat was heart-wrenching. It's such a shame DOJ had to end this way.